so while western part of it was going pretty poorly for the Polish army, in all aspects, Dracula, Varovic, everything, and it was not much better in the East Operational Group. 4th Infantry Division and 16th Infantry Division were defending against the two German attacking divisions, and the Panzer Regiment, of course, the Panzer Regiment. And since they had lost a bridgehead over the most important river ahead of the Vistula, the Osa River, that Polish force in Grudziądz or around Grudziądz, the two infantry divisions, tried to stop a 21st Infantry Division advance during the day of September 2nd. 21st Infantry Division used first its engineers to construct a bridge across the River Osa, and then they used 228th Infantry Division, which was basically in the exact same place, just a little further away, to move ahead and be the ones to cross the river again, and that was supposed to work. And 21st Infantry Regiment did continue the attack on Grudziądz afterwards. Although, of course, first they would have to start with heavy artillery barrage, not using their light artillery, but using their heavy artillery, of course, and then using infantry along with 228th to advance further. That was Both's idea, not Bach. Both, I mean clearly, Both's, who's the commander of 21st Infantry Division, by the way. So Both, Both, and I only emphasize this because when I was reading through this, I misread. I was thinking Bach. It was not Bach. It's Both, and making movements further against the attack, and that spearhead movement, the 10th Panzer Regiment. Actually, that's not the spearhead. Both the 228th and the 21st are the spearheads, but they're kind of supported by 10th Panzer Regiment. So all of these forces are coming together, and all of 21st Army, 21st Corps, basically attacks these two little divisions and tries to make a significant breakthrough. And it pretty much succeeds, because one, saboteurs managed to make some havoc, and those who break the front line cut off 16th Infantry Division's internal wire systems, communications. It's all broken, so they can communicate with it, and those and also the HQ of the division also were blocked from communicating with outside forces, including General Bortanovsky, which was crucial. It just cut off communications by more or less surrounding the outside of 16th Infantry Division, and panic arose, chaos. It was terrible for them. or the situation militarily. And the 4th Division, I think, actually sent out a battalion or two to help with it, but that didn't really work. And doing the best it could alone at this point, since 16th Division was destroyed, their communication was destroyed. 4th Division made a solo attack with the 1 division against the body of the Germans. So he attacked with the 14th Infantry Regiment in the night, and they were able to successfully actually push them back a few miles, but the Germans actually were able to move forward later, because despite this little victory by 14th Infantry Regiment, the 66th and 64th Infantry Regiments, so there are the two ones on the left side, the northwest side of the 16th Infantry Division, were forced back to the Gruziac Yablunovo railroad. So that's just the one kind of connecting Gruziac with Yablunovo. And 16th Infantry Division was in a horrible situation, and Boltanovsky determined that the best way to save this situation was step 1, to replace the commander of 16th Infantry Division. And actually, I forgot who it was, the previous commander, but he was replaced by a colonel who was presumed to be better at keeping down the unit and calming it down. So the former infantry division commander was relieved of his command, and there was a new colonel in charge of 16th Infantry Division. And 4th Infantry Division was, of course, doing fine, but losing ground against the Germans, even though they made this little good success with 14th Infantry Regiment. And basically by the night, the 16th Division to withdraw it away. 4th was fighting pretty well, but at this point they realized that the combined strength of, you got an entire panzer regiment where the Poles don't have any panzers at all, and the best they have are some little light tank designs, which you don't have a lot in 4th Infantry Division. You have also 2 infantry divisions that are in full attack against you. So how are you going to stop a panzer regiment in 2 infantry divisions with just an infantry division? It's hard, and you don't have a natural barrier like a river anymore, since the Germans had crossed the Osa River completely at this point, completely breached. So the front was pretty much at collapse. The eastern side of this front was more or less just collapsed for the unit commanders and for Bortanovsky. And a great success for General Falkenhorst. He was so close to completing his primary goal of capturing Gruziac. So as the Germans seem to be winning the war, a little side note I'd include is the things in Bydgoszcz, because ethnic German civilians in Bydgoszcz conducted little self-defense sabotages in the city, which included engaging in actual combat with rifles against Polish units, like defending the area. They cut off communication lines, like they were just cutting telephone lines, just being annoying little rats to the Polish 15th, or just to anyone who wants Poland to win or to last long enough. And these fifth columnists engaged in some street fighting as well, and actually this would later turn into a much bigger event with the war crimes happening on both sides. But that's the result of the second day, pretty much. So as the night of the second day passed by, we'd see that the Polish defenses were pretty much destroyed. The Pomorze army, which, if you remember, was only there as kind of a self-sacrifice, so it was never meant to survive for much, for very long. You sacrificed, you sacrificed what, like 100,000 or so troops, for this diplomatic purpose. I mean, there is logic to that, but by the end of the second day, and September 3rd, came just about rolling around. The clock hits 12 at this time, and you look at the situation on the map and on the battlefield, is that the Polish army is wrecked. The Polish army is wrecked. 27th Infantry Division is badly mauled, and same thing goes for 9th Infantry Division, which was heavily attacked in all directions and pretty well crushed. 15th Division was actually still strong. It's important. National Defense Brigades were not particularly of use, really. They didn't do much yet. And in the east, you saw a complete collapse of the front line at the hands of the 21st Army Corps. So it was all coming together, and they were about to be completely encircled at this time. And even the situation at Danzig at this point was not much better, as there were further engagements at sea. There were further engagements on land at Westerplatte, although not much. And I think that's where another armored train attack happened. I think it was actually a burning armored train, a Panzerzug that was near Westerplatte and tried to attack them, which didn't really work. And of course, they didn't have any real Luftwaffe activities on this day as well. And if you looked at Hel Peninsula, situation remained more or less the same on that skinny long peninsula. So that's pretty much the results of second day of the war. And if you look at that counterattack that happened early in the day, that was almost wasteful, as it was not a strong counterattack at the end. You basically, and you being Bortanovsky in this situation, lost your entire reserve force and your last hope at creating a last long defense, even if the 6th Panzer Division was 6th Panzer Regiment was unable to fully utilize its situational advantage and completely destroy the enemy. But yet, at this point, they were pretty much just scattered forces that could do nothing but attempt to withdraw to either Bydgoszcz or some other place, getting behind the Vistula River. Withdrawal was the only point, the only real course of action that made any sense to either Bordanovsky or to any of the divisional or lower commanders. It wouldn't make any sense to continue fighting this area and not withdrawing to a safer line. And during this first 48 hours, not 48 hours actually, because the attack began around 4:45, so not 48 but more like 43 and 15 minutes. A lot of changes had occurred. While the Polish army was a sizable, strong force in the beginning and had cracked a tiny bit after the first day, they were practically in full retreat. When it came to the end of September 2nd, they still wanted to hold on to a front line, but they were more or less collapsed already. And this was at the hands of many leaders, including Heinz Guderian, probably number one. Falkenhorst is important too. So had Adolf Strauss, Second Army commander, also important. They all made good efforts on the German side to knock out a lot of the enemy's capability of fighting. So other closing notes for September 2nd that I may have failed to mention. So while they're still holding on, a few notes. All right. So one is that during this night, that's when 10th Panzer Division was ordered by Feder von Bock during the night, or during the day actually, and they were ordered all through the night, trying to move up to kind of like the northern side, and the reason why von Bock would order this directly was that he would expect a junction of the two northern armies, the 3rd and 4th armies, by closing the Polish corridor. It was what von Bock really wanted, and that's why he would allocate the reserve 10th Panzer Division forward to that area. And another ending note to mention is about the creation of Army Group North, because while before it was called the 2nd Army officially, on September 2nd became officially changed to Army Group North, and Army Group North headquarters were created at Bad Polsen, a little town in Pomerania, German Pomerania, and it would consist of more or less the same staff. And von Bock was also named the leader. So it was basically a continuation of the 2nd Army. whose legacy was close to doing nothing. It was just one army, in my opinion, my honest opinion, an excuse for an army name. It was an army group. It was two armies, third and fourth. It's wrong to name it Second Army. It's just not right. And I think that Army Group North was a more appropriate name. And to be honest, I'm not sure why they didn't call it Army Group North before, maybe. And although there was a good chance that it could have been just because Hitler and Brauchitsch and Von Bock never really talked about this issue before, but either way, it came into effect on September 2nd, and the Third Army and the Fourth Army be joined under Army Group North command, as with 8th, 10th, and 14th Armies in Army Group South. So I think I'll continue talking about the Pomorze Army another day. But yeah, I think we're pretty productive today. We talked about September 1st, September 2nd, and later we can talk about the rest of the days important to the collapse of the resistance in Pomerania at this time, and why Polish resistance, military resistance in this area failed, and how the Germans were able to break through in so many areas and bring total destruction to most of its army.